Hi everyone, how are you? Fine, right? I am fine too. I am Robin. I am a Oracle and web development technical and corporate trainer during last 10 years. Also, I am with 16 plus years of experiences as a Oracle and web developer, programmer, analyst, technical consultant, senior technical associate, team lead, tech lead, then senior system analyst, then associate project manager and project manager. So during my 16 plus years of IT experiences, I have holding the several positions as I told. Okay. So as I told, last during last 10 years, I am providing training on Oracle and web technologies. So I am providing training on Oracle technologies like Oracle SQL, Oracle PLSQL, Oracle database design and database architecture, Oracle forms and reports, that is for client server application development, and Unix, and also I provide training for Unix shell scripting. Okay, and in the web development uh, part, I provide training for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. Then I provide training for jQuery, PHP, MySQL, and also I provide training for WordPress development. Okay, so that's my experiences during 16 years of software development as well as Oracle in Oracle and web development. So today I am in this session. I'll discuss about PLSQL fundamentals and very much important concept, that is arrays in PLSQL. Okay. So I so today topic will be, first of all, PLSQL fundamentals, that is introduction to PLSQL. And second one is I'll discuss about arrays. The concept of array is very much important for programmer, because in every programming language array concept is same. So if you have a detailed concept in array, you can program in any language. Okay, so array is many very important concept in any languages like C, C++, Java, then Oracle. Okay, so I'll discuss about the detail in arrays in PLSQL. Okay. Okay. So for introduction to PLSQL, uh, how PLSQL is come from. Okay. So who are watching this video first time and who are not aware about the Oracle technologies, any of the Oracle technologies like SQL, PLSQL, or whatever, about Oracle technologies, so they are new and watching this video. So for them I have discussing the introduction for PLSQL. Okay, and this introduction for PLSQL, how PLSQL came from, and what is the purpose of PLSQL. Okay, so PLSQL, before PLSQL I have to discuss about the SQL. Okay, so what is SQL? So SQL stands for structured query language. So SQL stands for structured query language. Okay, so what is structured query language in Oracle? So it is very important. This language is before that, understanding structured query language, I have to explain you about the database, because structured query language SQL is for database. Okay, so SQL is invented for fetching data, manipulating data for database. So we have to understand what is database. So, or DBMS, database. Okay, or DBMS. Okay, so to understand the DBMS, let's say you have to store some information in a file. Okay, let's say you want to store your last 10 transactions of your bank account in an Excel file. Okay, so if you store that Excel file in last 10 transactions, and if you going to update in every month, so it will be a huge number of records in your Excel file. Okay, so if you later on, if you want to update some records, so there will be a record serial number, right? So you have to find out that record serial number, scrolling down the page, and then you have to update some amount or whatever, description or whatever in that record. Okay, so you have to scroll down and you have to find out the which date you are going to update, in which date transactions you are going to update, and what is the serial number. So you have to find everything and then you can update it if some mistake you have happened during the creation of that file, right? So to overcome that means finding record by record or in a huge file. So database concept has came. Okay, so database is basically store the all the information in a table format in the in a software. Okay, so that you can easily access any record and update it, just performing some commands over your SQL tool. Okay, so you just database, what is the database? So database is a collection of information you are just storing in a systematic format. Okay, so for database you require a software. Okay, so Oracle is a, that kind of software. The Oracle is a database software. Okay, so Oracle has the facility to create a database, and you have to store the information in that for table format inside the database. Okay, so you can store your data in table format in the Oracle database. Fine. So what is the database? A database is a collection of information stored in the form of tables. Okay, so this is the database. Okay, a database is a collection of information stored in the form of tables. Okay, so now Oracle is a relational database management system, that is RDBMS. DBMS, RDBMS. So RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. So why Oracle is Relational Database Management System? Because Oracle store information, Oracle store information such a way that information stored in relation. Okay, so the information actually stored in the database in table. Okay, so Oracle is a RDBMS because the whatever information stored in the table, they are actually related. Means the information is stored in the basis of the relation. One table related with another table. Okay, so how they are in related, how this relation can make, so that is the another discussion. So I am not going to that. That is by the constraint. So I have separate video for Oracle constraint, you can watch that. And there are two videos, one is Oracle constraint and one is application of Oracle constraint. Okay, in my SoftAcademy channel. Okay, so just watch this out and you can understand well what is the relationship and what are the Oracle constraints and how they can be applied in the RDBMS or relational database management system. Okay, so now I am just going to just for an introduction to PLSQL, I introduce you for SQL, I introduce for database management system, I introduce for RDBMS, that is relational database management system. Now come to the PLSQL. Okay, so PLSQL, what is PLSQL? So PLSQL basically the procedural approach of programming, which is the extension of SQL. Okay, so PLSQL is an extension of SQL. Okay, so PLSQL, PL stands for procedural language. So PLSQL is an extension of SQL in procedural approach of programming. Okay, so PLSQL is an extension of SQL which is procedural, which is actually the procedural approach of programming. Okay, so SQL is structured query language which is used to communicate with Oracle database. So SQL, what is SQL? That is structured query language. Why structured query language is required? Structured query language is required to query the database or to communicate with the database. So the what is the what is the communication? Communication means SQL can fetch data, can manipulate data. Okay, so fetch data, manipulate data like insert, update, delete, etc. Okay, so but SQL has no programming capability. Okay, SQL has the capability to fetch and manipulate data, like we can query data, we can insert, update, delete, or etc. Okay, but SQL has no programming capability like conditional operations. If I want to do some conditional operations, okay, on data, or if we want to do any repeating operations on data. Okay, or if we want to handle some errors occurring in our program, so PLSQL has no capability of programming like conditional operations, repeating operations, handling errors, or debugging errors, etc. Right, so that's why PLSQL has been introduced. Okay, has been introduced, right? So PLSQL has all those capabilities. Okay, so conditional operations, repeating operations, handling errors, debugging errors. So all these kinds of programming is possible by PLSQL. Okay, so okay, fine. So uh, Okay, I am just now showing you how PLSQL program, the format of a PLSQL program, right? So let's see what is the format of a simple PLSQL program. Okay, so declare the format of PLSQL program, right? Like this: declare the de declaration section or declaration statement. Okay, begin, end. Okay, so it is executable statement, executable statements. So under declare, there will be declaration statements, and then the main block of execution, program execution will start with begin. Then we have to write the executable statements over there, and there is an exception handling section that is called exception. So here exception handling section is statements. Okay, exception handling statements. Okay, so this is the simple format of general format of PLSQL block of programming. Okay, so now you understand about the whatever the SQL, what is the database management system, that is DBMS, what is RDBMS, everything I have discussed and explained, right? So what is the PLSQL, okay, and what is the format of the simple PLSQL program. So introduction of PLSQL has covered, right? So now I'll come to arrays in PLSQL. So arrays, so this is very important concept. What is an array? An array is a data structure which store a collection of elements of same data type. Okay, an array is a data structure which store a collection of elements of same data type. Okay, so I'm writing an array is a data structure which store a collection of elements of same type. Okay, so more specifically, an array is a collection of variables, and each variable will store the same type of data. So more specifically, an array is a collection of variables, and each variable will store the same type of data. Okay, fine. So each element in an array is identified an index number. Okay, so each element in an array is identified by an index number. Okay, so now I will show you how what is the graphical representation of an array. Okay, Okay, so let's my array name is num array. Okay, so my array name is num array. Okay, so num array holding values like, let's say 55, then 75, okay, so then let's say 100, then 125, then 150. Okay, now this array, so what is an array? I told as what is an array? An array is a collection of elements of the same type, or more specifically an array is a collection of variables, and each variable will be stored in the same each variable will store the same type of data, right? So each element in an array is an identified by an index number. Okay, so let's it index number is 1, its index number is 2, so its index number will be 3, index number will be 4, its index number will be 5. Okay, so this so this is this space is a area of memory location. What is the actually happening in the case of array? Computer store every information in its memory location, right? If it's a number or if it's a character, like, okay, so a computer stores in its memory location. Okay, so if I assign a variable and if I assign a value in variable, so variable will occupy a memory location of in the memory of a computer, right? So this is a actually a memory location. So this memory location is holding the value 55, this memory location is holding the value 75, like this. Okay, so there are 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, there are 5 memory locations and each memory location is holding different values, right? So let's say its name is So what will be the name of this memory location? If I say this array name is num array, and this is the position 1, this is the position 2, this is the position 3, this is the position of 4, and this is the position 5. So this memory location, or this variable, whatever you called it, this this name will be, its name will be num array 1. Okay, 1. So its name will be num array 1. So like that, its its name will be num array 2, its name will be num array 3, its name will be num array 4, its name will be num array 5. So these are the variables, and these variables occupying each occupying the a memory location in computer memory, and it is holding the value 55. This memory location is holding the value 75, like that. So their name will be num array 1, num array 2. So every so this is the variable, and this is the element, element value, and this is the variable, and this is the value of this variable, and this is the index number. So this is the so num array 1, num array 2, num array 3, this will be the this will be stored in each of the memory location of the this array. Okay, so now this is the first element, and this is the last element. So in array there must be a upper limit in Oracle. Okay, so I am going to here. So PLSQL array is called V array. Now PLSQL array, I think you understand array well, right? So PLSQL array is called V array. Okay, in PLSQL array is called V array. Okay, so now I'll show you V array how V array can be implemented. Okay, now the PLSQL array that is called V array must be declared with an upper limit. Okay, that is how many elements will be stored in it. So PLSQL Varray, it must have an upper limit which indicates its how much value it can be stored. Okay, so how much value array will be stored, that is will be identified by an upper limit. So whenever a V array will be created, we must have to define an upper limit. So I will create now a V array. Okay, and I will run it in, I will execute it in the SQL. Okay, so I am declaring first the V array, let's say one array is student name array. Okay, so I'm declaring type. So in PLSQL, varray will be declared as type. Type name is varray of limit. Okay, I'm writing here type, let's say student name array is varray. Now I'll write the upper limit of the data type. Okay, which kind of data it will store. So student name definitely will be character or string. Okay, so its data type will be varchar to, let's say 30. Okay, so uh, this is the declaration of a PLSQL varray. So type name of the varray, whatever you prefer the type name, is varray 5. This is the limit, up to which limit the varray can store data. Okay, how much data will be stored in our varray. So this is the limit. Okay, so 5 element can be stored in this varray. Okay, so and of the data type, which kind of data will be stored. This, so I'm storing the name in this array, student name, so it will be varchar to 30. Okay, so now I'll create another type of varray, that is student marks. Let's say marks array is varray 5 of varchar to, no, it is will be number, right? It will be number. I just say number. Okay, so because marks will be numeric, right? So student's name will be character and marks will be numeric, so this type will be of number. Okay, so type marks array is varray 5. So 5 student will be have file 5 let's say marks. Okay, 5 student will get 5 different marks, so their limit will be 5 and the data type will be number. Okay, now I have to take two variable of that type. Let's say I take the variable s names. Okay, so s names, that will be this type, and s marks, that will be this type. Now I have to count the total. Let's say I will count the total. So I will take a variable named total and it will be number. Okay, now my program will start here. No, now I have to take the student name in my student array. Okay, student name array. Okay, so how I can declare that, how I can assign the values in my array. So the process is, I have taken this variable, right? So I am taking here, so this name, and I'm assigning, this is the assignment operator. Okay, so I'll assign some names of the student in my array, student name array. Okay, that is s names. Okay, so I am assigning name here. So what will be the rule for that? So I have to take this type here, and then I have to put the names of the students inside the curly braces. Okay, so I'll give 5 student name. Okay, so let's say first one is John, second one is Michael, third one is Mark, Mike, and Albert. Okay, so I am assigning 5 different students, individual students in my student name array. Okay, so like that I am assigning 5 different marks of those students in the S marks, which marks they have got in the exam. Say let's say 55, 75, 40, 65, 85. Okay, so 5 student will got 5 marks. Okay, so now how many students to count the student? I have to write the code here. So I have taken a variable for variable total for counting the student count student. Okay, so I will count that student of array, that is the variable dot count. Okay, so this is the procedure to count the number of elements in an array. So the array name, the array type, uh, this is the type variable. So the variable name dot count, that will be the total count of elements in my student name array. Okay, so I'll get the total number of students by this method. Okay, so now I will print every student name with their marks. Okay, in a single line for each student. So how can you do that? I can do that by a loop. So I'm writing here. So first I will print the total student, how many student I will print that. So I'll to print that I have to use the DBMS output dot put underscore line. Okay, so DBMS output dot put underscore line total students. So I have to take this one. Okay, this will print the total student, and now I have to print each student record. That means student name with their marks. Okay, so how I have to print that. I have to take the use of a loop, that is for loop. So for I in 1 to total. Okay, so total is the count of student, right? So the count of student will be 1 2 3 4 5. So in total 5 will be assigned here. Okay, so the value of the total will be 5. So for I in 1 2, so here the position is 1, here the position is 2, here the position is 3, 4, 5. So from the first position to the fifth position, I have to print the name with their number marks. Okay, so that's why I am taking this, writing this loop. So here I'll write DBMS print using the DBMS output dot put underscore line output dot put underscore line. So I'll print the first student name. So how I can print that? I will print is names I. Okay, I. Okay, then has got what marks? That is marks I. Okay, so this first so whenever the value of I is 1, it will catch this value. So first student name, so this value, and has got whatever the first value of marks, that is in position 1. So 55 will catch here. Okay, in marks I. Okay, so let's see, I have to end here the loop and then end the program. Okay, now I will execute this PLSQL program in here. So I'm getting some, let's check it. So whatever you okay, I have misspelled here. So yes, so I have to correct it. Let's see, the output is generating beautifully. Okay, so the total number total student is 5, John has got marks 55, Michael has got marks 75, Marks has got marks 40, Mike has got marks 65, Albert has got marks 85. So this is the output of this program. Okay, so I am using VArray. I am creating this output using VArray. Okay, so I hope you have understood well how you what is VArray, what is array, what how you can implement that, and how you can use in your PLSQL program, and how you can generate the output of using the VArray. Okay, so okay, so that is about uh, the concept and the implementation of VArray. And so I hope 2 points will be cleared right now, and you are very much cleared about all concepts and the application of arrays. So that's all for this tutorial. And if you just like my video, just like it, and subscribe my channel. So I'll show you my channel here. And what are the other videos I'll show you. So my channel is RK SoftAcademy. Okay, so I have uploaded already many videos on Oracle technologies. You can just watch introduction to DBMS. Whoever new to Oracle, just watch these two videos. This is the first part, introduction to DBMS, and introduction to DBMS part 2. This is the second part. You will understand that everything in database management system, and how database is stored data, and how it is managed in business application on in the organization. Okay, so just watch out these two videos, and you can watch out this application of Oracle constraint, and there are two videos with Oracle constraint I have told earlier. This is the first part, Oracle constraint. This is the complete video of Oracle constraint. Every constraint has been discussed in detail and their application, and this is the application of that all those Oracle constraints. So if you watch these two videos, this is the first part and this is the second part. You will get the complete in-depth knowledge of Oracle constraint and their application. Okay, so you can watch out my Oracle SQL videos, you can watch out my Oracle PLSQL videos, and There are very advanced topics, the videos of very advanced topics here, like Oracle cursors, Oracle exceptions, Oracle collections. You can watch out every videos one by one, because these videos are uh, in these videos everything is discussed in detail with their applications. Okay, just watch all these videos and like my channel and subscribe my channel, and you just what topic and in which topic you want my next video, just comment here. And if you want to join my online training course, as I told, I am I provide training for Oracle technologies like Oracle database architecture and database design, Oracle SQL, Oracle PLSQL, Oracle forms and reports, application development, Unix shell scripting. I have provided all these trainings. You can join my online training. Just comment below if you wish to join my online training. And there is also you can also call at the given number here in my videos, or you can WhatsApp me in that number. Okay, so it will be start very fast. If you just contact, you can just join my online sessions, and you can learn Oracle well, in whatever you want to learn. You just choose your topic, or you just choose your whatever technology you will learn, and you can join my online course, and you can learn it very in detail. Okay, so that's all for this session. And just subscribe my channel and like my video if you have gathered some knowledge from my video. That's all. Thank you. Bye.